Ford GT40, an icon in the world of cars. This recreation of the 1966 Le Mans winner, where Ford famously beat Ferrari, taking all 3 podium places, finishing first, second and third. This example, created by Superformance, is so authentic it can be legally called a GT40. Whilst also being eligible for registration on the Shelby directory, 2/3 of the rolling chassis are interchangeable with the original, including the monocoque chassis. The engine used is a 6.7 litre V8 RBT 6-speed manual. The original engine had 550 brake horsepower, while at Le Mans, Ford decided to detune the engine to 485 brake horsepower to increase the reliability.
Hello, I'm Allan Raskall and welcome to a very special edition of Lorbeck Luxury Cars Friday Drive. But who better to tell us about the car than the man who once owned it, Jeff Bobik. Jeff, welcome.
Thank you, Alan. The car is a very special car. It's been recreated. It's a recreation built by Chris Hines in Arizona, USA, under the Superformance banner, and the car is period correct. Once you have a look at the detail in there, you'll see that it's actually so period correct. It's a special car, and to hear the engine is something else.
We've all seen that movie, Ford versus Ferrari. Was this car in the movie?
No, but all the Superformance cars were in the movie. And they were the dominant car, well, the only car used by the filmmakers to film Ford versus Ferrari.
Okay, and so, I mean, obviously it's a modern take on it's an homage to an older car. Are there any mod cons in this car?
Well, the gearbox and the engine are slightly different, but the rest is period original.
Now, speaking of the engine, how big is it? What's the capacity?
408 cubic inches.
Whoa.
With 530 horsepower.
530?
So it's not a car for shopping in.
Have you ever gone shopping in it?
No, I have not. But you know what? Give it a little bit of open road, and you know your childhood dreams will come back to you.
Now, you've taken this car around the track, is that right?
No, I haven't been able to take it around the track, but the car has been around the track in the Australian Grand Prix, and it was there and it won the People Choice Car of the Show. I
was going to ask you, what did it win? So why did it win that, do you think?
Well, it's a correction to the period livery. It is identical to the 66 Mark II that won Le Mans and started Ford's 4 wins from 66 to 69 in Le Mans.
And you've been to those racetracks too, haven't you?
I went there for the 66 Le Mans, 2016 Le Mans, sorry, the 50th anniversary, and saw the original car. And I can't pick the difference between this car and that car. It's identical.
And what was it like seeing that almost unicorn car, that original car?
Well, I had to touch it.
Oh.
Which you weren't allowed to, but I actually did touch it.
Yeah. Fair enough too.
You know, I travelled to France and fell obsessed with it, and such was my desire to have a car like that in my garage was overpowering for me. So I bought the car and have enjoyed the car immensely.
Was it a bit of a boyhood dream to have a car like this?
Absolutely. I read all the articles when I was 15 years old and onwards, and I thought to myself, if only I could have a GT40 and a Shelby Cobra, which I do.
Did you have a poster of it on your wall as a kid?
No, but it is a poster car. It's used in many events. So for its looks, just look at it. It's sexy.
It is sexy. That's another word for it.
And you look at an engine, and that takes you to another level.
So I mean, obviously we've talked about it being on the track. You can register. It is road registered, isn't it?
It is. Yes. You can drive it on the road and get your thrills and fascination out with it, which I've done, and it is a truly immense feeling.
What is it like to drive on the road?
Around town in stop-start traffic, I'll say it's not as compliant as it should be, but it can it can do everything, but probably stop starting in grocery shopping. But you give it a run, it'll do everything you want for it. And yeah, it's great.
And when you're out and about in it, how do people react?
You have children like 2, 3, 5-year-olds coming up to it, pointing at it, and then you have 70 and 80-year-old people that remember the car, and it was part of their childhood dreams.
And you can tell you've got a love and a passion for this car. Why'd you sell it?
I just don't have space in the garage, and it is a tight car to get into and to get out of, and my garage doesn't allow for that many cars in there, and unfortunately I have to, let it go, which I don't want to, but I've had my thrill in it. It's fulfilled my childhood dream, and now I'm like full of emotion of the car. And you know what? You just come down, listen to the engine, and it'll change your perception of everything.
And that's what these cars are all about, bringing a smile to your face and loving everything motoring.
Yes, childhood dream, everything motoring, and you know what? Don't worry about your electric cars today. Just give me an old school car, and it changes your perception.
Oh, Jeff, thank you so much. So to see how it handles and to see how it turns heads, it's over to Sam Brabham to get behind the wheel. Sam?
Let's start this thing up, shall we? I'm a touch nervous actually, because similar to the Bentley, it's a recreation, so I'm conscious of driving the thing a little bit too much like an older car. So turn the key, fuel pump on, you can hear that fuel pump engage, and let's hear this thing start up. Whew. Right, reverse is all the way back there. I've got no mirrors, so I'm gonna hope sincerely there's nothing behind me. I think we're all good. Let's get used to this car. I've not driven, only drove it around the corner. Steering's so heavy. I can imagine being in a situation where I'm driving this thing at Le Mans, screaming down the straight, and the thing's just vibrating on the bumps and the noise, and the history of these cars is so impressive. To take that fight to Ferrari at the Le Mans 24 Hours in 1966, and to not just win but finish first, second and third is such a feat. And that famous Ford versus Ferrari battle that occurred, it's such a special machine, and it's a beautiful recreation. I feel so privileged to get the opportunity to drive it. And I remember when I was racing in Formula Ford in the UK, I did an event, a hill climb, and Ford brought an original GT40 road car with them, and you looked at this thing and just went, it is so impressive, it's so pretty, it's such an iconic car that I feel so lucky to get the chance. I'm gonna have to yell a little bit as we get going over the bump. Be careful, there we go, right, now we're off and running. Oh, that noise is incredible. That noise is so good. I'm getting all the smells from the engine, it's right behind me. It's just evokes so much emotion and feeling as you drive it. There we go. If you're looking at something that gives you every bit of what a true 1960s car can do, this is it. Oh, just the shaking of it. Can you imagine doing 200 k's an hour plus in the middle of the night at Le Mans in something like this? And the fact, it's interesting to me, reading up about it previously, that Ford actually detuned the engine from 550 horsepower down to 485 to make sure the reliability was good. You know, they knew what they had, and the car was still so impressive that they knew it was a war of attrition. They had to get to the end, because to finish first you must finish. And in that era, it was so important that you got to the end of the race. One, for safety, but also mechanical sympathy for the drivers. There's a lot of race drivers who are super, super fast. You look at someone like Sterling Moss, incredible driver, super fast, but quite often the car broke. And he learned how to get the most out of it. I'd actually love to drive this thing on a track and just see what it's truly capable of. So think back to how successful this car was. I mean, it's Ford's most iconic car. It emits everything of Shelby and what Ford has always done well. That is so good. And the noise of it, you can hear it just roaring the whole time. And it just has this hit of power. It kicks into the rev range and it just goes straight away. It just pulls immediately.
What a magnificent machine. Well, thank you so much, Jeff. Thank you so much, Sam. The car's currently for sale. Check out the website. Until next time, happy motoring.